skin prep routine starts with a product for the lips. This one is by Drunk Elephant. It's called Lippy Balm. It is infused with great vitamins and really gives a deep moisture to the lips and leave them super soft. Next, I'm using the Protini Cream by Drunk Elephant as well. I love this container because it really helps the formula stay fresh, and obviously due to hygiene reasons, it's one of my favorites. I'm using a small little brush to apply it. Not only that using a brush allows me to control the product, but also the application is smooth and really sits lovely on Julie's skin. As a makeup artist, you really need to think through the look that you're after. And I'm using 2 different primers to achieve what I want. And so the highest point of the face, I'm using the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Illuminating Primer to get that glow. And in the center of the face and under the eye, I'm using the Blurring Primer in order to really achieve a smooth texture. And with the help of a very small precise brush, which is a fantastic brush by Jordan Liberty and Sigma, I can achieve a very accurate application. Same goes to using foundation. I'm literally customizing the actual tone that I think Julie needs to her face. And today I'm using the Dior Forever Skin Glow, which is a 24-hour foundation. It really has beautiful glowy finish, but you can also find it in a matte finish. So if you're a bride, if you're looking for a bridal soft glam look, this is the foundation for you. Since I'm looking to not only achieve a beautiful look, but also long wearing, I need to use long wearing products. And so the Dior Forever Correct Concealer under the eye is perfect for it. Again, it stays 24 hours. And with the help of the Hourglass brush, you can see how I tap the product into the skin. And the actual shape of the brush really allows me to apply it evenly under the eye and not move it. One of the most important things to achieve a beautiful, flawless complexion is really how you're moving with your hands and how you move with your application. And of course, the tools that you're using. So my biggest tip would be to take a very fluffy brush and then just literally buff that product into the skin. Make sure you're not moving anything. Be very gentle, and there you go. The perfect complexion. Time to move for the eye makeup, and I'm starting by applying Bare Minerals Gen Nude Eyeshadow Primer. And I love this primer because it comes in different shades. The packaging itself is so small and the finish is not very matte, so it has a little bit of shine, but not too oily. The star of the show today has to be the brand new translucent powder by Laura Mercier. This powder is absolutely beautiful, but this brand new shade that's called Honey is perfect for medium skin tone with olive and golden undertone, sits perfectly on the skin and almost melts under the eyes. So I'm just tapping under the eyes at the moment, and I'm going to go back to the rest of the face later on. Quick tip is to use the rest of the powder on your brush and just tap it on top of the eye primer just to achieve a long wearing eye look. Right, so now I'm going to start doing the eye makeup, and I'm using a brown eye kohl. This is from MAC, it's called Costa Reach. And as a first step, I'm simply drawing a liner and I'm pulling it outwards, and later on I'm going to blend it. This technique is super easy, and this way you can actually create a line that complements your eye shape the most, and you can do it yourself. So it's such a great way of getting intensity before applying any eyeshadow, but also before applying any liner and making mistakes. Using a blending brush, I'm going over very softly and diffuse all these harsh lines, making sure that everything looks very blended, beautiful, before applying any eyeshadows on top to set that pencil. Same goes under the eye. I'm now going to use the same pencil and I'm going to draw it under the bottom lash line. It depends on which look I'm going after and also the eye shape. Normally I like to keep it in the outer corner of the eye, but sometimes I kind of like to take the color a bit further in. But the pencil itself, I'm focusing in the outer corner of the eye. This next step is basically a technique that helps us create a crease. So if your eye shape doesn't have a defined crease, you can just take a concealer or primer and literally create that by erasing, deleting the eyeshadow that we applied before on the crease, and therefore now next going to apply a brighter eyeshadow. I love this palette. This one is called Safari Palette by Natasha Denona. The pigments are amazing. The cream eyeshadow is one of my favorites, and I'm just going to now place it in the middle of the eyelid on top of the primer, just to make sure it gives me a beautiful, lovely contrast between the crease and the eyelid, making this look very, very soft and gentle. I'm now going over the actual eyeliner I drew before with a brown eyeshadow, something that's slightly more darker. Again, this is the first step. It's really going to help me define these lines that I might have lost before by applying different primers. And I'm just going to give it an extra drama by applying it with a more precise brush. We can't create a soft glam makeup look without applying a liner. And I'm using an angle brush by MAC Cosmetics, which is sometimes really easy to apply with. You really need to practice that technique, but if you do get it, it's perfect. And I'm applying it with the Inglot gel liner, which I love. For a bigger eye illusion and for a pop of color, I'm using the Magic Pencil by Nabla in shade Nude. This one is a waterproof formula, super pigmented, and that's why it's so great for the waterline. I love this pencil. I'm now using Kevyn Aucoin's eyelash curler, and I'm holding the lower bit just to give me a bit more stability and allow the model feel more safe and secure. I've popped some individuals for extra length and volume, and with the help of a disposable one, I'm now going to use a black mascara by NARS just to give that beautiful drama effect to the eye look. I've discovered this brush by a brand called Brow Gem. It's such a great brush for brushing the hair upwards with the help of soap brows, of course, but also then applying a brows gel pomade and to almost replicate these hair strokes and create a bit more definition to the eyebrow, but still keeping it very, very gentle. I personally feel with brows, it's all about technique and practice. And sometimes I even take a step back and look at the final result and add a little bit more. Sometimes little details at the end of the brows can change a lot. For a long wear result, I use a wet contour. I normally use the Kat Von D cream palette, but you can really use any darker shade of foundation you have. And I love using that as a first step because it really is blending beautifully into the skin. Using precise brushes really allows me to place the contour in the right places too. Setting the wet contour, I'm using NARS bronzing powder in shade Laguna. I love the color, I love how it sits on the skin. Formula is perfect for me. The Natasha Denona Face Glow palette in Bronze Cheek really gives that beautiful ultimate bronze gold look that I'm after, and so I love it. Now that the makeup look is done, I'm going back and tapping in the center of the face, center of the forehead to make sure nothing is overshining, and of course the foundation is sitting in place. Time for some blush, and today I'm using the Patrick Ta She's Passionate, which is a lovely, beautiful peachy pink tone that suits brides perfectly, and I love how it melts into the skin. To contour the lips today, I'm using Avon lip pencil. The shade is Française. It's almost a very nude yet pinky tone, and I think it really suits the natural color that Julie has on her lips. For the ultimate bridal princess look, I chose the Avon lipstick in shade Fran. It's such a beautiful pink, super soft, and it wraps the look beautifully. I just love how this lipstick glides on Julie's lips, and the finish is semi-silk, so it's not too matte or shiny. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave me a comment and see you soon.